Greetings and welcome, one and all. My returning friends, my new future friends may be dropping in for the first time. My nemesis, you know who you are. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have a nemesis here. We're doing great. Thanks so much, all of you guys, for coming on by. I hope we have a fun episode. Anybody that's hanging out, by the way, did you see that splash screen? So clean, so something. Yeah, I think that's mocking me. Anybody that is coming from the previous video, wow, you got some good patience there. That was a long one. I slept on it. I still don't know how I exactly feel about our latest and greatest here. It is well, it's boxy. So, here we are. For anybody who didn't see, I came back online last evening after dinner and started, putting blocks, tearing them down, doing this and that, and ultimately kind of built, tore down, and built again. And this is what we have at the moment. As I said in the end of the last video, kind of in the summary time, don't kind of close your eyes and forget about this back bit. Um, I started by saying, yeah, I really don't want it to end up too boxy, and then it got real boxy again. Um, what I had initially envisioned, was a little narrow staircase and maybe some deep slate coming up here with some wood, and basically just suspended out as a much smaller footprint, kind of tower in like a bulb shape maybe, um, that would be elevated and kind of out of the way. Wow, talking is tough. I'm starting early again today, guys. As I mentioned, I've got stuff going on. I won't rule out the fact that I may be back for more later, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. I'll see how the day plays out. Um, but yeah, I kind of expected a similar sized footprint for the floor. It's got to be large enough to hold all the enchanting gear. But this grew up, so that part will narrow down. But I think we want to keep the feet at least. Although maybe that back one will go. All this back has always been subject to not knowing what we're going to do with the rest of the house. But anyway, that's the look and the view. You guys can let me know what you think. We did not get a screen cap at the end of the last video. It was I had taken one kind of along the way, but it looked nothing like what we ended up with. It was kind of at that point about an hour and 10 minutes in when I took it and was like, that looks awful. Oh, what are we doing here? And was trying to come up with a means to fix everything. Oh, again, excuse me. Decided that if I slept on it, I would forget everything that I thought might improve it, and just kind of kept tinkering away at it. And it'll get the job done. It'll get us to enchanting, and we've got other stuff we need to accomplish to make the most of our world here, including sleeping, which, as you know, is a great chance for me to drink way too hot coffee. And based on the yawns, I need it. After we wrapped up our little building evening, I went to bed and then finished reading The Stand finally. Yay! All you guys that have either enjoyed or been like, another book update. Yeah, finally got back through it again. It was it was fun reading it again for, I don't know, a third or fourth time in my life. First one 20 some odd years ago. Look at all these tropical fish. Hi, tropical fish. Um, so why are we in a boat heading out to the jungle? Well, I was thinking about it and wondering, like, all right, what's next up? And as we were wrapping up at the end of the last episode, you guys are gonna have to bear with me on these yawns here. I am sorry, the coffee is not kicking yet. I just got this first cup. I was running a second. Got up, moved around, and got started early today, and it didn't help. Usually, I'm sipping on that first cup of coffee before coming online here. And today, oh, okay, that's good. Maybe one more seed. Maybe not. Well, let's do what we can with this one. Hopefully, we'll turn that into many. There we go. So yeah, we need XP as our next main ingredient for our enchanting, and what's gotten us so many times in the past is going out crazy adventures and all that good stuff while we're um, either getting to or trying to surpass that um, 50 level mark that I like for the early enchantments in the game. How, after all that tree chopping, do I still have those I'm getting stuck in? That's crazy. Alright. There's potatoes too. But right now we want to make those wheat. And honestly, we'll take their potatoes. Yeah, every time. Every time. I don't know why those two words in the context of Minecraft are so... Oh, hey guys. I don't think we've even bred a chicken yet. And speaking of XP, do that. Yeah, I mean, look at all these pumpkins that they got anyway. Okay, so now that we're doing all this, I don't really want to have to set up the wheat farm. Maybe we just do like a bare bones one back home. Maybe. I certainly would like to um, get something going, and this might be a slow process, but let's grow back in again. No, we just haven't gone over far enough. May as well get some more seeds here. You stay away from those chickens I just bred. Babies over there, Ocelot. Did I tell you the time? If I did, it was a long, long time ago. So one of my... It wasn't the first world I ever built in the jungle, but it was a long time ago. I was building... I'd gotten far enough where I kind of had my footprint of here's what I need to do to get started in a world. It wasn't just aimlessly wandering or anything like that anymore. And so I'm starting my world, and everything's fun and dandy, going great. Got a jungle, and jungles are fun, but they're a tough place to find yourself when you first started. And this was definitely before I I ever really learned the advantage of just going nomadic and taking off. Go find a biome that suits you, not just dealing with it. So I'm like, oh, I'm in the jungle, and I just hung out there, and with no food, no tools, I'm doing exactly this, just breaking the ground covers, creepers popping out of nowhere, and just a toehold on eternity, right? I'm just scratching it and clawing my way into a little bit of security, and I built up a nice little home. It was fun. I had all the farms, or not all the farms maybe, but enough of well-established wheat, and I had if not all the animals, most of them going. So I was doing good. I'd gotten all this gear and everything, and I had just the standard, the exact same thing I've done with cows and chickens and stuff a lot of the times here, with the wall around and the floating light block in the middle and all that. They were safe and enclosed, and I could breed them and then harvest them. So I've been breeding up, chickens and got them built up, and I was just about ready to go harvest them. And I remember I went into my little base and I got an axe because I don't like to just wear out the sword, and don't want to take out babies. So I was set. I was okay. It's time to get the chickens. And I walked out and I see this flash of movement, and it's it's an ocelot inside my chicken farm, just going to town. And by the time I got over there and he ran away, every single chicken was gone. He just mowed them all down. I was like, ah. And that may have still been before when you could actually tame the ocelots and make them into cats. For anybody who's newer to the game, that used to be the deal. You didn't find cats in villages at all. There were none. You had to go locate an ocelot, tame it, and then it would turn into a cat. And I think there were fewer varieties, but you could get a couple of different types of cats along the way. So it was pretty fun. Now, is this a different field? Are they coming back and replacing the wheat that I'm trying to plant with more potatoes? I don't know. But what I do know is we've done this. We just need to go find the house with the workbench. Is there one in here? No. Yeah, we can make one. It's not a huge deal. Let's just do that. I don't know why I was set on making a wood hoe. Got stone at least. Where'd that field go? So lost. What are you guys doing? You got a wolf, a chicken. Everybody's hanging out. Back down to the field here. Okay, now you leave these as wheat, or at least potatoes, not pumpkins. Another one over here to fix. There we go. A farmer to free here. And some sleep. So yeah, this is not the quickest way to farm, but we got a nice little area here. Right, we got a farmer. He seems willing enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there's that. Now, of course, our little made crafting bench is on the far side of everything. We really missed on not clearing out some of those trees. One in here. This will be very rough. No walls, no nothing. We'll just see how it can do for us. Slabs down here. As we'll always have these growing. Shield is going to be really annoying. Alright. Far so good. Do that. Alright, now we're really cooking. Keep mowing the lawn here. guess I should set up or run that cocoa too. I left that intentionally there to have a little cocoa bean spot, and promptly forgot all about it. Walked by so many times. It was either a stand or I think it's been in a few pictures too. Exactly what I intended, but alright, let's go back and check these. Looks like we're doing a little better. No, what are you doing? I like your willingness to bone meal stuff. I just hope you don't trample all the crops while you're doing it. And look at what you're doing. Come on, man. Ooh, how about if we do... So we'll want these trapdoors eventually, right? So why not... I mean, I know they're all beautiful. Yeah. We get it. Alright, that's not perfect, but maybe it'll keep them from jumping up on the edges quite so much. Seeds back in here. There we go. Let's go do that back down here. Not doing much mining, that's for sure. Sure, if fully left to their own devices, they will find a reason to walk on the edges anyway. Alright. Almost safe from unintentional trampling. Give was a couple little lights. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, having discovered that these are just a pain anyway, let's go grab there. Leave the ones around the bell. Those are okay for now. But I think there were a couple up here. And these might not seem like a ton, but we go through so many in the darkroom spawner to not only line the edges, but set the floors up for creepers. So getting almost a full stack. I mean, that's almost an entire floor's worth of edges lined. And they're pricey when it comes to wood for crafting, so bad there. All right, what do we got? We got a few pumpkins, some more pumpkin seeds. A little bit of this and that. Let's go. Oh, let's do these trees I didn't like having in the midst of all this. It made travel difficult. I don't know what that splashy sound was. Oh my god, I did that. Do we have another one over here? Just a jungle block growing sprucey leaves. Alright, I don't think anything is touching that tree, so it should be good. Still kind of like these down low. We can move around those. It was just getting stuck in all this vegetation that was a little old. Alright, now come on back down to my beachfront operations here. We can do that. A few extra chests. And maybe we'll just set up a bit like that. Ooh, that's good. Good thing to think of. I was gonna say that's a good call. Good job. You know, talking to myself here. We just cut down all these trees, and there are probably evergreen saplings, and we need those to finish out our saplings to do a full run on the sapling farm. Alright, well that's pretty good. Anything not quite yet up there. Let's go see if we can find more of these just seed areas for the jungle. It's obviously not, it's tough to be as good as the plains when it comes to just breaking grass for the seeds. And savanna too, with it has I think a higher percentage of the tall grass. Maybe not. I mean, maybe they're the same, but it kind of feels like it's always got quite a bit. It's a great way to get lost in the jungle. Just keep pushing on. Grab every seed you can. Don't worry about holes, direction, any of that. It'll all be fine. Unless, of course, we fall into a ravine. We should really kind of work the trees around the edge of that, too. Eventually, we'll want to maybe do some exploring in there. It's another good way to keep the seeds growing as we do. Like tropical fish? Mr. Ocelot? Tropical fish? I didn't think he did. But, you know, I had one. Figured I'd offer it. The problem is that breeding ocelots is a real handful. Usually I start with a full stack of salmon or cod or something like that. And quite often find that I've used all of it. Unless I have a good setup situation for containing them, because you will never. Now, we were talking earlier, it used to be that was how you got pet cats, was taming ocelots. Now, you will never tame an ocelot. They, like pandas and things like that, they'll never become your pets. So like foxes and some of the other animals, you have to keep them interested long enough to breed them, but they don't. Did I ever set that, or did he come back? spot again. Don't you trample anything now, man. Oh, it could be the green shirt. Always causing trouble. Kind of feel like maybe I still left those, but I could just be trying to sell myself a load. Alright, let's sleep here when it gets to time. Then I think maybe we'll do another... Sound like a skeleton. Come on. Excuse me. Then we'll maybe do harvesting of whatever we've got in the area here. And then return with the wood and whatever else we've got around. Back to the base area. Like I said, I think we'll try to clear this rim, make that a little more visible and safe, but more importantly, let light go down into it so that when that time comes, at least, some of that area will naturally clear itself out of mobs, or at least give us a bit of relief, because you guys have all seen it's that's perilous down there for me. Now, as I hear those bones rattling, worry about skellies knocking us off into very, very much designed to be a challenging edge there, it looks like. I was hoping that would remain a short one. Swap out axes even before we get back down this tree. too focused on the big trees yet. They'll get their chance. But I do think for now it's really just a matter of how far out do we think this one goes? I think maybe we can get it. I think that was it. That was the one we already got. That's good. I think we can clear this one fairly easily. Huh. That didn't seem right. We shouldn't be growing out of the dirt. Nobody wants dirty cocoa. Ooh. Okay. Now let's run back. Are we full? Okay. Fair enough. We have one wheat out of our field. Outstanding. Sticks. And we can put the hoe away, I think. Now we'll really know if... I guess I should set them up with... Guys, come on. Let's let these harvest up, huh? At least you haven't crushed anything yet. Guess I should be grateful. You did. No? Yep, that one's been mashed. Well... thought I could trust you. Clearly not the case. Now that I put the hoe away. Knowing as we do that stairs don't prevent trampling. Let's do that. That as well. Alright. Now, hopefully those stay. The next thing we'll have to do is break the actual stairs if they're like coming up and cutting over, but I think we're okay now. Sorely tempted to just go around and around and around there, but oh hey, we're hungry. Dun 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 dun. Oh, yum. Why not eat two? If you're gonna eat one tropical fish, eat a couple. All right. Well, we're clearly filling up here. Let's take one more walk around here. See, there's apples. That's what I was waiting for. Need to get any of those trees that are right on the edge like that. Need to get them out of the way. This seems like it still has a source. This does curve back around, so a little cursory check for any holes. Not the worst idea. Yeah, I see that creeper down there. I don't like him much. Alright, creeper done. I think this one can stay. There's another apple. Should be careful, tree. You don't want to just go around grabbing people with vines when they're in a flurry of tree chopping madness. Good way to get yourself chopped. Alright, that should get us pretty well. This one's maybe due for goner, but I think everything else is pretty well back. Some crazy enchanted pants back there. Whoa, lots of creepers. No real surprise there. I mean, we've been hanging out quite a bit. Just trying to peek and see if there's anything. Cobble or wood or anything else. I don't see any real goodies down there, though. Alright, now dump more sticks. Swap these out. We can probably leave oak saplings. I think we have a bunch of those. Like I said, we want these. Take all the wood. Got some extra, plus a whole jungle's worth of wood to use. Alright, let's turn as much of this as has grown. really kind of thought to come back and do that more around home. But, oh well. All right, back we go. So we need to remember a snapshot. We need to cut in next to the sugarcane farm just to keep it excuse me again, growing nicely. We will maybe, let's see, how do we do here? 10 minutes or so left. We'll maybe go free range breed all the cows that we have out there. Without setting up the pastures or anything, just get them a whole new batch of babies so that when we do a cow pen, we can pull them all into it. Have more, more targets, right? So we'll just come on by here. Oh, I'm assuming that's the same guy. I'm assuming he still has garbage for us, but let's... Let's get those. I think that gets us up to 6 leads. I can't remember. I think we have slimes as well, so we're not bad off. Walk back to here. I think everything's already loaded, but no worries in giving it a little extra time. Yeah, 6 leads to bring cows into the enclosures will be handy, especially if we want to gather them up from kind of the outer edges. And what I really don't know yet is I know we've done this. No. It's my boat turning sound effect. Kind of like the beeping on the backing up truck. Well, not too bad from that angle, huh? There we go. Alright, that's a couple pictures to choose from. Now, let's just go. Do the setup here of the breeding. There's one cow. Ooh, I hope your buddies didn't all fall in this hole. Come here. Hey. Where are your friends? Lots of chickens. Oh, they're over here, man. I kind of want them to come to you. And that's when we start getting sheep. They'll be all mixed in here. All right, you three. Oh, four. Come here. Come on. Come back here, cow. And just like that, a couple more cows to eventually settle. Might as well do the same with chickens. Well, it's getting dark, too dark to see. Come here, chicken. We got night falling, man. You don't go too far. I heard that egg. There it is. Well, that's good. That's a good little start on husbandry, herdsman, herding. I don't know if you can really herd chickens. So, setting up everything else is at least gonna. I talk about it every once in a while. It's gonna take that string and stake work, right? That's where we need to get out the surveyor's tools and kind of begin to lay things out. Now we don't have to build all the farms or anything like that yet, but we'll need to allocate all the space for the fields so that come here. We can then put in the pastures. And I think, if we just, let me do it this way. Long story short, I think we're going to have a ton of space. Clearly, that's what we set up. But we may have to trim the forest just a hair here. But even if we started at, say, this tree, this is 59. So there's 60, right? So if we go to negative 125, or there. And if we now go across, there's nothing to worry us too much on an edge. So we can lay out the whole farm complex with rows running out like that, and then still have all the space over here. I kind of thought for a time, all right, we don't need that anymore. Kind of thought for a time that we might use the point over there where the cows were as a pasture area kind of deal. But I think if if a big chunk of the house comes out in this direction, I think there may be other pieces that come back this way, and so I plan for the future, right? We haven't made it to incredible building, but I think farms and other enclosed building type things could all come back out this way and wrap around and be the kind of the building around the bay here. Is my thought. So we'll pull all these out. Oh, hey guys, are you hungry again? Be cool if you were, but no, you're not hungry again. You're just greedy. So that's the quick tour of what I'm thinking. All this reserved space for building. The house can build out, as far as it wants to, really. But I think we're gonna kind of keep it at that line. That'll be the face looking out on the plain. Everything's spilling back this way and do its own thing, and we'll sort out the rest as it comes. But that's the very, very rough layout of the farm as far as it goes right now. I think that will be our next episode, though, is doing the wide outer ring around the area of salt. Sorry, let's get all these put away. Cocoa, wheat. Look at all that wheat. We can do a lot of breeding. Almost a few chickens. More of those. Let's put all these saplings away. That gets us back up to that full farm again. That's good. How did I miss all those seeds? Flour. Ooh, trapdoors. They go over here. Just tidying up here. We'll wrap things up. No more 2.5 hours that you guys have to sit through. More oak. Bit of dirt. We'll start fixing that pretty quick here, I have a feeling. The seeds. I just want to leave things all good for next time. And as I said, not certain when that will fall. There could be midday time. I don't know yet. If there is, then we'll lay out the farm and try to get cows and chickens at least into pens and breeding. If wow, that was good. That was like a stretchy yawn. Sorry, stairs and beautification process. We need the polished, and I'm going back to the polished again. Some may say unlucky from the last world, but I thought it looked really cool, and it wasn't the stone's fault that we lost that one to a horde of zombies. So we'll have all that. Let's go ahead and make a couple more shovels. Oh, too many. Top off the torches. So we'll do a big wide ring. Loud car. Big old ring of the outer perimeter of the fields. Maybe get in another wheat farm here once we've done all that. But with the lack of materials, I think we'll then want to move pretty quickly into setting up the cow pen at the very minimum, if not cows and chickens. And that's really just for the XP. We got what, half a level out of the various wheat and breeding and all that kind of stuff today. Not that we were doing too much of any of that, but it is what it is. So you out there, cows and chickens, coming for you. All right. Well, there we have it. Let's go and save. We can save up here in the light of the world. We don't have to bring me Ray Cokes. Yeah, it's nice to be up and looking out windows instead of hiding in the basement now. Kind of, it's starting to come a little bit, guys. So hope you're enjoying. If you are, consider hitting that like button or dropping me a comment. If it's your first time here, yeah, it doesn't have to be your first time. We're not forcing anybody, but if you've been watching a little bit, go ahead and say hi in the comments. It's great to know who all's out there. If you're in a mountainous region, or even if you're in a fairly low-lying region, but there's local area ridges and summits enough to be a named peak, like a mountain peak, go ahead and consider if you'd like to nominate one for a pet name. We have a number of name tags and a couple dogs. Eventually, we've got some saddles and things, so we could also move into riding horses at some point here. All that stuff is ready to go. So yeah, if you or worldwide, it doesn't have to be anywhere near you. You don't have to have any special attention to it. Crack open an atlas, or if you've seen something about a cool mountain or something, there's the some of the big ones don't necessarily resonate as as pet names, like K2 maybe, but not the most. But if there's one out there and you got a modification to it, I don't know what that would be, but I think Everest, that could be just a name, right? That could be something. But Matterhorn, is that Maddie for Matterhorn or something like that? I don't know. Well, let me know. Other than that, though, I'm just sitting here chatting as we get longer and longer. I gotta go. I got a busy day, so you guys take care. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, I'll be back again tomorrow. Watch for Twitter. If you're interested, hit subscribe, and my videos will pop up in the feed again the next couple days, and then with the weekend, who knows? But maybe a little less constant flood of videos than we've had the last few days. So watch for that, and I can't wait to see you guys in the future. Till then, take care. Go ahead and take a break, even if there's more videos coming. You're getting to these a few days down the road. They'll wait for you. They're not going anywhere. So take a break, stretch your eyes, and rest your legs. And I don't even know how to goof up the go outside and breathe fresh air kind of deal. But you guys know my deal. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And we'll see you back here for the next one. Bye now.